Hey guys, Nene Vision here. Happy birthday, my April 7th Aries, the day of enthusiastic belief. I'm going to be reading for you. Those born on April 7th infuse everything they do with an enthusiastic and energetic commitment. However, if they are fortunate enough to have experienced an unhappy childhood due either to their parents or environment, they will carry a certain lifelong sadness with them. April 7th people often display great enthusiasm and creativity in their younger years, only to settle down into a more predictable or comfortable groove. And on the other hand, as children, those born on this day must waste much of their energy on rebelliousness. And despite the fact that many April 7th people grow increasingly wise in the passing years and less reckless, anger can continue to be a problem for them. It is not uncommon for April 7th people to reach a point in their lives when they can spiritually progress no further and have to make a very big change. This can happen at their first Saturn return about age 28. Around the age of 42, when both Saturn and Uranus are opposite their natal positions, if April 7th people pass through this crossroads well, they are capable of even greater success in their new life. They may feel less impelled to throw themselves at the world and instead allow the world to come to them. Even if April 7th people themselves are going through a quiet period, they are sensitive to the positive energy of others and respond to it. The more advanced individuals born on this day have the ability to channel and direct such positive energy towards social and religious goals. The spiritual life of April 7th people is of great importance to them and will often manifest in a religious attitude towards the world and actively practice within a sect or not. In this regard, however, April 7th people must beware of turning others off with the unvarying optimism which is not always shared. It is thus vitally important that they preserve a critical and objective capacity. Less highly evolved April 7th people who give the impression of dependability would often prove unreliable when called upon in times of need. The reality factor such of April 7th people is low and their anger factor high, so that others who come to depend on them may be in for a nasty surprise. More highly evolved April 7th people will be as reliable as their enthusiasm promises, but may find it unmanageable to have many people depending on them. When this happens, these April 7th people generally seek solitude, sometimes for extended periods of time. In relationships, April 7th people often bolster feelings of self-worth in their partner and are very supportive in general. The danger is that the partner may come to depend on this enthusiasm and be shattered if and when one day it is withdrawn. April 7th people do well in public positions in which they can inspire others to higher achievements through their own example. They should continually work towards being realistic in their view of everyday life, and they must not be carried away by illusions. They should also avoid reacting in any angry fashion if their expectations are not met by others. Numbers and planets. Those born on the 7th day of the month are ruled by the number 7 and by the planet Neptune. Because this watery planet rules visions and dreams, those ruled by the number 7 do not always carry through their ideas and tend to be unrealistic. In addition, the influence of Mars, ruler of Aries, can serve to push those born on April 7th over the edge, provoking irritation or anger in themselves and others. Those ruled by the number 7 are characteristically restless lovers. Those ruled by the number 7 are characteristically restless lovers of change and travel. That was like a tongue twister. So often pay little regard to the material side of things, April 7th must beware of risking financial embarrassment or leaving dependents and family members destitute. Tarot. The seventh card of the major arcana is the Chariot, which shows the triumphant figure moving through the world, manifesting his physical presence in a dynamic way. The card must be interpreted to mean no matter how narrow or precarious the corrected path, one must continue on. The good side of this card postulates success, talent, and efficiency. The bad side suggests a dictatorial attitude and a poor sense of direction. Health. Those born on April 7th who come to peace with themselves generally enjoy long life and good health. The danger is that they will go overboard in their enthusiasm, overstressing their bodies and taking a good constitution for granted. Since the human body can only tolerate so much excess, those born on this day will find their lifespans considerably shortened unless they become more aware of their limitations. In this respect, a conservative redirection of their life at a crisis point may ensure greater longevity. The cultivation of patience, of simply learning to wait, is of great importance to an April 7th person. It will be directly reflected in improved health. Because of vulnerability to stress-induced stomach ulcers, April 7th people may have to occasionally go on a bland diet, avoiding fatty, spicy, and acidic foods. Advice. Not everyone is as enthusiastic as you are, so give people a chance to react naturally. Don't overwhelm them with your energy and expectations. Also beware of denying others their personal right to choose. Meditation. Carpenters say measure twice, cut once. Your weaknesses are you're impatient, you're irritable, and you're unrealistic. And your strengths are you're positive, energetic, and imaginative. Happy birthday, April 7th, Aries. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Have a blessed day and happy birthday.